that's a diamond. A level 5 fallow deer. He has an estimate of 244 to 286 and we spotted him right on this area at the fallow deer drink time. You know, it's actually a shame that I didn't see it while he was drinking because we would have had the opportunity to get him using the recurve. And now we're gonna have to track it for who knows how long. I mean, here on Hirschfelden it's normally hard to track the animals due to the fact that it's the most dense map on the entire game. There's simply a lot of vegetation and it's hard to see them. Now in the meantime, as we try to spot this guy again, I wanna talk a bit about the possibility of a new DLC coming to theHunter Call of the Wild really soon, in the very near future. You know, in case you didn't know, we are currently at that time of the year where we usually get some new content added to the game, normally in the shape of a new weapon pack or some sort of new equipment, so I would certainly expect to see an official announcement in one of the upcoming Expansive World streams, especially considering that it has already been implied that something new is coming to the game really soon, and I'm really excited to see what it is. I mean, it could be simply another weapon pack or maybe even a new trophy lodge. Oh, he's running this way. Come on. Man, we lost sight of it. Well, he should be down there with all those females, and there's an open area just ahead of us, so we should have a chance to shoot him here. Let's see. Where did he go? I mean, he can't be too far, he must be there. Well, that's strange, he must have taken a different path because there are no signs of it over there. Oh, there he is! Why did he took so long? I assume he got stuck somewhere. Or apparently for some reason he went behind the fence right there and maybe got stuck for a moment. So anyway, let's see a score of this bug. It is pretty much a guaranteed diamond since the rack is the diamond rack and the estimate was pretty decent. And in fact there is a 256.6, he's a diamond. We hit a double long and deliver at less than 100 meters after a chase of nearly 2 kilometers. Now that's a giant. Finally a level 5 European bison. He seems to be absolutely massive with a bottom estimate of 123 going up to 134. I would be really surprised if he doesn't make it. You know, the amount of servers I visited in the last couple days looking for one of these guys is quite insane, so I'm certainly really glad we finally got the opportunity to shoot our first level 5 true racks, and on this occasion, even though it is completely unnecessary, I'ma do my best to drop this guy using the recurve. The only problem though is that as you can see the wind is blowing exactly on that direction and we won't be able to get close enough unless we circle the herd entirely and we arrive from behind, which is exactly what we're gonna do. 60 meters out. I still haven't been able to spot it again, but we can be sure that he's around that area. In fact, I think it's that one. I'ma take cover here, nice full cover. And well, the one I thought was the 5 is actually level 3. Although there are more over there and one of them must be the big one. Alright. One of the level 3s is apparently quite aggressive, we got too close. Man, those aren't good news. Where's the 5 though? Oh, right there. Okay. I'ma go for it. Let's see. And we hit a barrel. Not too bad. Now if we can hit him a second time that would be good. That's it. And seemingly now almost the entire herd is aggressive. Well, I won't complain, we're about to get some easy money. Now let's see a score of this beautiful level 5, hopefully our first diamond Trurax bison. 131.08, he made it. He is well above the diamond requirement, so it's a pretty decent sized diamond, and about time, several months after the release, we finally have our first diamond Trurax European bison, with a recurve. Alright guys, now we're on a different session, and I just spotted an absolute giant over there. An absolute monster. which unfortunately is out of sight now. It was already fleeing when I spotted him, but it's a level 3 roe deer with a very high chance to be the first diamond of the hunt. I really hope it won't take us too long to find it, although the truth is that the roe deer is one of the trickiest animals to chase here on Hirschfelden, so it won't be a quick chase by any means. Oh! I think that's him. I actually see a female over there. And I assume that one is the big one. Yeah, that's definitely the level 3, look at those antlers. As you can see, he's a level 3 with a top estimate of 86, while the diamond score is 81.8, I believe. I'ma drop him using the 243. And that should have been a hard shot. It was honestly a long chase, probably more than 2 kilometers. I really struggled to find it because, as I said, the roe deers are quite tough to track normally, and this one was no exception. So I'm certainly really glad that we finally got the opportunity to shoot him, especially because it's getting dark, and of course it wouldn't be precisely easy having to track this guy at night. And now let's see if it is in fact the first diamond of the hunt. The antlers look big enough, so I would expect him to make it. 83.19, he's a diamond. We hit a hard and a double long at 67 meters after a chase of 3 kilometers, honestly a bit more than I expected. No way, level 3 pheasant! Level 3 pheasant! That's a giant. It is very likely he'll end up being the first diamond of the hunt. And about time, after several weeks hunting mainly pheasants, we finally have the first diamond potential. And he's nervous already. So what we're gonna do here is that I'ma walk in a straight line towards that position, and hopefully we'll be able to get close enough to shoot him before he takes off. You know, I'ma walk from here to here and we'll see. Now, the thing that makes pheasants a quite difficult species to hunt on this game is the fact that they usually spook way before you can get within the shotgun range, and the only way to avoid this is to simply walk and avoid running while hunting pheasants to minimize the amount of sound you make and to avoid spooking them before you can get close enough to use the shotgun. I mean, that may not be the most time-efficient hunting method for the vast majority of species, but in the case of the pheasants, I would say it is undoubtedly the best approach you can take. For example, on this situation, I would expect this level 3 pheasant to still be nervous, and he's probably gonna give us a warning call at any moment, which will be like the sign to start running directly towards him, because right after making a warning call, they still stay like 5 seconds on the ground before flying away, so we gotta hurry once we hear it. And that should certainly happen in just a matter of seconds, because we are quickly approaching the position where we last saw this pheasant, which is only like 50 meters out. So at any moment, he will notice us, and he will give us a call. Let's see. He was here. And there we have it. Let's go for it. Come on. Where is him? No way he already took off. That would be a disaster. Oh! Alright. He's landing again, luckily didn't shoot him. And now this should be an absolute piece of cake. And he's down. Finally a level 3 pheasant after several months since the last one. Now let's see if it is in fact the first diamond of the hunt. Fingers crossed. 20.67, he's a diamond. Luckily we didn't have to chase him for too long since he landed on an open area where it was quite easy to see him, and we ended up with a tracking distance of only 300 meters. Really nice trophy and certainly an amazing diamond to be the first one of the hunt. Okay, different session and we have another big track, this time from a max estimate Walbor, which may be the first diamond of the hunt in case it is a level 5. So as always, we're gonna do our best to find it as quickly as possible, and actually right now we're at the Walbor rest time, which means that he's bedded probably not too far from here, and we may be able to spot him while he's resting if we are careful enough to not spook him before we're able to figure out exactly where he is. Oh, hold up, right there. Is that the same group? I think it's safe to assume it is. Although I don't see any max estimate. Oh! Look at that! He's a level 5. No way. How crazy is that? I mean, when chasing max estimates, I never expect diamonds because it is simply very rare when one of these tracks actually ends up leading us to a diamond potential, and especially when talking about Walbors because their max estimates are relatively common and only a small fraction, a very small fraction of them are gonna be max levels, so this one is a very nice surprise. So what I want to do here, seeing how close we are to this board, is to place the electronic collar and play the Walbor call because I would love to get him using the new recurve, and this certainly looks like a very good scenario to do so. Alright, the first one's coming in, a level 3. Should be just a matter of time for the level 5 to show up. Hopefully very soon. And there he is, less than 40 meters out. Luckily the wind is good, although he is already attentive. We gotta hurry up. You know, it won't be the most simple shot since we're not gonna use any sight, but it still should be relatively safe as far as his broadside. Alright. He's facing the other way. Here we go. And that's it, that should be viral. Yeah, he went down real quick, so that was probably a double long. And now let's see a score of this massive level 5, perhaps the first diamond of the hunt. Let's see. Fingers crossed. 151.72, he's a diamond, and quite a big diamond, 230 kgs, it is a fat bacon. As you can see, we hit a nice double long at 41 meters using the new takedown recurve bow after a chase of only 900 meters. So very nice trophy. Honestly, a diamond Walbor was one of the diamonds I wanted to get the most, especially using a bow, since before this one the last diamond Walbor I got using the recurve was like back on 2021, so a long time ago. Level 3 Capercaillie. Finally a true diamond potential. You know, the diamond Capercaillie is along the diamond Grey Wolf, the only two diamonds I still don't have here on Medbed since they were added to the reserve, so seeing one of these after so long is certainly amazing. Is that him? No, that's a female. So where's the big one? Frankly, I have no idea. Honestly, I've been struggling a lot to chase these guys since the trail has been quite inconsistent. You know, some tracks are simply not showing up when they should, which is something that happens quite often on multiplayer, and now the only thing we can do is to simply look around to see if we finally manage to spot the next track. Oh my god, look at that. You know, that is exactly how I feel right now, just running in circles trying to find the next track, but without any luck. Oh, there he is! He's flying this way. Finally. We hit him? At least the first time. And now let's see if this is in fact our first diamond Capercaillie here on Medbed Taiga. Fingers crossed. 4.69, it is a diamond. Not a huge diamond, but it's a diamond nonetheless, and a diamond Capercaillie after several months since they were added to the reserve, our first one. Look at that estimate. Up to 293 and the diamond score is 249. I mean, it's not a max level, but in the case of this species, the level 2s are more than capable of making it. So honestly, even though I don't wanna get my hopes up too much, since it could score at the bottom of the estimate and be just a gold, I won't be surprised if it is in fact a diamond. He's massive. Now, as for the locations to hunt most deer, this species actually shares the same home range with the capercaillies. They are both present exclusively on the bottom half of the map, although the difference is that the most deer has a drink time, which is from 9 to 12 PM. So at this time it is possible to find them on pretty much every single body of water on this bottom half of the reserve, but I would say that the majority of their population is more concentrated on the left side of the map, on this cluster of lakes and on the frozen river. Well, of course it is also possible to find them drinking on the lakes present on this site, including the two hidden lakes right here and up here. So there are certainly many potential locations where it's possible to find this species, but at the end of the day it will depend on you to find the hotspots that work better for you, taking as reference the locations I just mentioned, of course. Okay, so we're gonna shoot this potential diamond using what I think is the best caliber to hunt most deer, which is the 243. I'ma go for it double long. And that's it, he's down. Now it's time to see if this very promising level 2 is in fact big enough to be a diamond. Man, that would be amazing. Let's see. No way, it is a diamond! 250.41. He made it. A level 2 diamond most deer. My second ever. And it's well above the diamond score, which is even more surprising. Look at that. A max estimate piebald roe deer. A big level 2. He is unfortunately not a potential diamond since the antlers are not big enough, but is still a pretty decent size rare. In fact, it is not the biggest rare roe deer I've ever seen, because my biggest melanistic was also a max estimate. It was a 900 plus in the old scoring system, so could be considered massive, and I also got a piebald which was similar in size to this one, but with the legacy rack. So honestly, my luck with the rare roe box has been pretty decent so far. I've definitely gotten some big ones, and I really hope that someday we get lucky enough to get a super rare. I mean, just imagine how cool it would be to get something like a piebald diamond roebuck. So anyway, as you can see, this guy is about 30 meters out, so I'ma switch over to the 243 Ranger and I'ma drop him on the spot. Can we hit the heart? Well, I assume we did. He's down. The first trophy of the hunt is a beautiful piebald roe deer, a huge piebald. I honestly can't wait to see the roe deer getting a remodel at some point, since they are one of my favorite species, and I would expect them to get one once they get a great one. It may take a while, but I think we'll definitely see a great one roe deer added at some point. Now, as for the score of this guy, a 71.57 trophy rating, we hit the heart in a single long. No way! An albino walbor. A level 2 albino, he's a male. How crazy is that? First we get a diamond European bison, and then a couple servers later we find this guy. Not a bad hunt so far, I gotta say. So anyway, this spot is about 60 meters out, so I'ma drop him using the new Moradi model 1897, the new lever action rifle. On the throat. And we dropped him, he's down. Okay, they are coming back. Come on. One down. Let's see. That's it. I also wanna drop that one, which is a level 4. And he won't go anywhere. Honestly, this rifle is fantastic. So we're gonna conclude the hunt by harvesting this beautiful albino walbor, which I believe is my first male albino walbor. I only have a female, and he has a score of 47.03. We hit the intestines, the stomach, and the right lung at 74 meters using the Moradi model 1897 44 lever action rifle. Look at that! An albino male pheasant, an albino rooster. You know, it is not a melanistic, but supposedly these guys are just as rare as the mela, so it is just an amazing find. Of course, I would have preferred to find a melanistic, but I can't complain because my last rare rooster was like almost 2 years ago. You know, that is how rare these things are. Incredibly rare. Well, now we're gonna have to chase him for who knows how long, since unfortunately we spotted this rooster when he was already quite far, so we couldn't shot him, and honestly the only thing I fear is that this turns to be one of those incredibly long chases. Like, I remember very well the time I had to chase my first albino rooster, which I had to track for more than an hour, and it ended up becoming a 6-kilometer chase. It was crazy. So that is the only thing I fear apart from getting disconnected or kicked from the server. You know, that also happens quite often. Oh, there he is! Right in front of us. Come on. Just take off. Alright, let's go for it. We hit him. And he's down. That's it. Man, fortunately it didn't take too long. I was expecting a way longer chase, but at the end I don't think the tracking distance was more than 1 kilometer. As I said, these guys are supposedly just as rare as the melanistics, so it is just as special, with the only difference of course that I already have one. Although as far as I remember, the one I got was a level 1 silver, so this one should be way bigger. And actually it is a gold, 16.8 gold. A gold albino rooster, how cool is that? I mean, this one is undoubtedly one of the rarest rares in the game, and the fact we have hunted pheasants so much in the last 2 years while only getting one of these albinos really proves how truly rare they are. Such a nice trophy, it is absolutely beautiful.